I refused to hand over my emergency savings to my cousin after my aunt found out about it. For the last 7 years, I've been living in survival mode. I worked wherever I could get hired. Call centers, delivery apps, night shifts at a printing shop, freelance design gigs that paid late if they paid at all. I don't live somewhere glamorous where side hustles turn into success stories. I live in a place where rent eats half your paycheck, and one medical bill can wipe you out. When I was younger, my family always talked like I had a safety net. If something happens, we've got you, my parents would say. My aunt said it too. Everyone said it. So when I finished school and reality hit, I realized those promises were more emotional than financial. No one actually had money to give. So I stopped expecting help and started protecting myself. I built an emergency fund the slow, boring way. No vacations. No upgraded phone. I said no to weddings, trips, dinners out. I lived with roommates well past the age where it stopped being fun. Every extra dollar went into a separate account I didn't touch. It wasn't some huge fortune, but it was the difference between panic and stability if something went wrong. My cousin Leo, though, has always lived one crisis to the next. He's 3 years younger than me, dropped out of college twice and jumps between jobs. He's not a bad person, just reckless with money. New sneakers when rent's due, concert tickets instead of paying off fines. And every family gathering turns into a story about how life keeps screwing him over. I never mentioned my savings, not out of secrecy, just because it wasn't relevant. Then last month at my grandmother's birthday dinner, my uncle joked about how at least one of the kids knows how to save. My aunt perked up immediately. She asked what he meant, and before I could redirect, my uncle said my name and mentioned I'd always been good with money. That was it. The table went quiet for half a second, and then my aunt leaned forward. "You have savings?" she asked. I shrugged and said, "A little." Leo stopped eating and just stared at me. She asked how much. I said I didn't really like talking numbers. That should have been the end of it. Instead, she said, "Well, Leo's in trouble right now." Leo jumped in immediately, explaining he was behind on rent and his car might get repossessed. He looked at me like the answer was obvious. "You could loan me some," he said. Not asked, stated. I said no, calmly. Just no. My aunt's face hardened. "Your family," she said. "That money is just sitting there. He needs it now." I explained that it wasn't extra money, it was my safety net, that I didn't have anyone to fall back on if I lost my job or got sick. She waved that off. "You're responsible. You'll be fine." Leo got defensive fast. "I wouldn't even need that much," he said. "Just enough to get me through a couple months." When I still said no, he snapped, "Must be nice to watch your own family drown while you sit on a pile of cash." That's when other relatives started chiming in. Someone said I could always save again later. Someone else said I was being cold. My aunt said, "People like you forget where you came from." I looked around the table and realized everyone was very generous with money that wasn't theirs. I stood up, said I wasn't discussing my finances anymore, and left. I didn't yell. I didn't insult anyone. I just removed myself. My phone exploded that night. Messages about how disappointed they were, how Leo was panicking, how I'd changed. One message said I was choosing money over family. I didn't reply. What none of them wanted to acknowledge was this. I built that safety net because I learned early that when things fall apart, you're often on your own. Saying no didn't make me heartless. It just meant I refused to set myself on fire to keep someone else warm, especially when they wouldn't do the same for me.